Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to his own bedroom, James Crampton. Woo! Go James! Go James! Woo! We love you, James! Woo! Sorry, have to do my own moral support in this COVID computer times thing. Yes, so, like I said, I'm James, and it's probably very clear where I'm from, isn't it? You can probably instantly tell where I'm from very clearly. I am from Nigeria. Oh, obviously not. I am from Scotland, and there are 3 rules you have to follow when you're Scottish. Rule number 1, you have to swear a lot. Rule number 2, if I could talk, is that you have to know all the lyrics to 500 Miles by the Proclaimers by the age of 5. And, ladies and gentlemen, I'm afraid I have broken the 3rd rule of being Scottish. Because, ladies and gentlemen, I am a lightweight. I know. A Scotsman being a lightweight, that's just wrong. That's like an Italian person talking without moving his arm. That just doesn't compute. But, in fact, I'll probably tell you the story of how I first discovered I was a lightweight. Now, it was on the night out with a couple of mates of mine, Steve, Gary, and Captain Knobhead. Now, obviously, that's not his real name. We just call him that because he looks a lot like Gary Barlow. Now, we go on this night out and we get absolutely pissed. Absolutely hammered. And I'm not talking like regular levels of pissed. I am talking 90s Charlie Sheen levels of pissed. So, yeah, I mean, Captain Knobhead was so drunk he spent half the night flirting with his own reflection. And he still managed to strike out somehow. But anyway, so that's about as much I remember of the night itself. But come round the next morning, I awake on my front doorstep. Yeah, and you're probably thinking, oh, did I forget my key or something? Have I lost my key? No, I had my key. What I had lost was the ability to put the key into the keyhole. Yeah, that drunk. But what's even worse was I live with people. I live with 3 other people that could have let me in very easily if I just knocked on the door or phoned them or something like that. But my drunk ass was like, I want to spend the night as a hobo. So, but no, eventually one of them lets me in the morning, and that's when I discover I have lost my phone. It's not on me. I don't have it, and I took it out with me, so it's not in the house. But it's sorry. There we go. Fashion problems, but it's not on me. It's not in the house, so I don't know where it is. But that is when my housemate gets a phone call from someone saying they found my phone in their back garden. So, yeah, I mean, bit weird, suddenly turned into Alan Titchmarsh during the night, but at least I can go get my phone. So I do that. I go along I get the address, go along to the house, and the first thing I realise about this place is it is nowhere en route between the club where we were at the night before and my house. So God knows what I was doing there. No reason why. I can't think why, but yeah. I mean, it's good to know that when some people are drunk, they do, stupid stunts or they do drugs. I go on country walks. But so I go along to the place and I knock on the door. Hello, it's me, and this lady answers the door, and I'm obviously very apologetic. I'm really sorry. Can I get my phone? Bloody bloody bloop, all that. And she says sure, and she goes and gets it. And just as she's about to hand it to me, she says, "Oh, by the way, you pissed all over my garden last night. You pissed all." So yeah, not my finest moments, definitely pissing in someone's garden. But so she is, yeah, she starts laying into me. She starts, just shouting at me. I don't see why. The way I see it, I fertilized her garden for free. So, yeah, but she is completely annoyed with me, and it's at this point I should reveal that A, I was still a bit drunk from the night before, and B, I hadn't been to the toilet the night before. Well, been to the toilet since the garden, but yeah. So I was a little bit desperate, shall we say? So I asked her. I did the normal thing. I asked her if I could use her toilet, and she said no. So yeah. I, being drunk, then I didn't know what to do, and then I spotted her plant pot on her doorstep. She had a plant pot on her front doorstep, and my drunk ass thought, I have a brilliant idea. And at the time, I thought it was the best idea in the world. But I turned round, pulled my trousers down, and aimed for the plant pot. Yeah, obviously she was not too best pleased at this either. She was completely furious now. She spun me around, which was a mistake on her part because once you start peeing, it's quite hard to stop. So yeah. So she spins me around and she's furious with me. Yeah, and it's at this point I have my phone, so I think I've got to get out of here. I've got to leg it. So I go to leg it, but I forget that my trousers are still round my ankles. So I go to leg it, trip over my own trousers, and fall face first down her front steps, which are made of stone. They are stone steps, and I fall face first down this, and I'm still peeing. So I get up, covered in my own piss, my own blood, but I'm a trooper. So I pull my trousers up, and I leg it down the street, and I do not stop until I get a few blocks from the place, and I don't stop. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is when I realise that during the fall, I broke my phone. Yep. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is how I realised I was a lightweight. So yeah. And I mean, I'm always doing stuff like that, like embarrassing myself and getting myself into trouble, not pissing in people's gardens. But I'm doing it actually less and less now because I've got a handler. Sorry, I've been told to call her my girlfriend, but yeah. Um, and she's lovely. She's very lovely, and she's Spanish, so you know what that means. Lots and lots of afternoon naps, lots of siestas. Oh, we're always napping. Um, but yeah, then this is actually my first relationship, my first proper relationship. So I never really know what to do or what to say, and I blame that entirely on my parents. Now, some of you are probably thinking, what do my parents have to do with my romantic prowess, or rather, lack thereof? Well, um, um, they are the most brilliant people, my parents. They are the nicest, sweetest, kindest people in the world, but how do I say this? They are a bit um, emotionally recluse, shall we say. It's a bit like, to give you an idea, living with Robocop and the Terminator. Um, But saying that out loud now, I kind of sounds cooler than I actually meant it to. But yeah. And if you're wondering which one's which, my mum is RoboCop because she's a lawyer, and sort of lawyers and cops kind of same wheelhouse. And my dad's the Terminator because much like the Terminator, his jokes keep coming back again and again and again. So yeah, and I think the story of their marriage kind of encapsulates their entire sort of point I'm trying to get across, essentially. Just think of a new link, James, think of a link. But yeah. So they first met each other at the running club, at their local running club, which, let's be honest, they already failed at the first hurdle because no one looks their best when they're out of puff, sweaty, and red faced. I mean, there's not a Snapchat filter for that, is there? No. So they've already failed at the first hurdle there. And but they're friends for a while, which is fairly common nowadays, so it's not that bad. And they eventually they start going out, and all's brilliant, all's great, for the first 3 months, and then my dad gets a new job in Canada. Yeah, so after 3 months, my dad, rather than try and break it off, decided to run away to Canada. But of course, my mum said they were trying long distance, but you know, they say men can't take a hint. I mean, but so yeah, my dad goes off to Canada for his job, and then, you know, three years later, he comes back having failed his escape attempt, and all's relatively normal, all's relatively well in their relationship until the proposal. And I say the proposal because it was more like a business proposal than an actual marriage proposal. Because when my mum found out she was pregnant with me, she went, if we get married, we'll get better tax benefits, and you'll have you'll have parental rights and responsibilities. Yeah, if you get married, we'll get better tax benefits, and you'll have parental rights and responsibilities. I mean, how romantic. Hugh Grant, eat your heart out. How romantic. Like all good relationships, theirs was built on tax evasion and childcare legislation. How romantic. And also, that's the sneakiest way to tell your child that they were an accident, you know. And it's not just that, you know, she got pregnant. She got pregnant before they were married. I've done some math. So I was born in April of '97. April 1997, and my parents got married in 1996. And I was quite premature. I was a relatively early baby. So that meant that my parents couldn't have got married any earlier than September of '96. So four months, that's the word I'm looking for. I'm panicking here. 4 months, trying to remember. 4 months to plan a wedding. How do you plan a wedding in 4 months if it's not an accident? My mum took 2 years to choose the curtains for our new kitchen, and yet she can plan a wedding in 4 months. Oh yeah, that fits perfectly together. So yeah. And also, parental rights and responsibilities. She wasn't having any sort of repeat of the Canada incident, was she? She was making sure my dad was here for the long term. So, and I know what you're saying. They've probably had a really nice honeymoon. They probably went somewhere really sunny, really nice, sun-bathed a lot. Nope. They went on a cycling holiday. And may I remind you, I'm from Scotland. They went on a cycling holiday in Scotland, where 90% of it was in the rain. And even then, they weren't together a lot of the time because my dad kept getting lost. I say kept getting lost, it was probably just another escape attempt. But anyway, so yeah. But I joke, they are brilliant. They are the best parents anyone could have, and it's it's made me grown up. I know I want to get married. I know I really love the idea of marriage, and I think there's only one thing that can unite the two people more than marriage, and that is our collective fear of having to put our hand in the dirty dishwashing water once we've finished clearing up and washing up. I mean, cause we all have to do it, don't we? It's all there. All the dishes are clean, and you have to plunge your hand into the dirty dishwashing. No one likes doing that. No one's sitting there going, "Oh, I can't wait to take a nice, relaxing bath of fatty water with bits of chunks of food in it." Do they? No, no one's like that. But we all have to do it. That time comes when we have to choose. We have to make a really hard decision, right or left. And we have to make the decision. And we go to plunge our hand in. No, Mr. Crampton, no, no, Senor James, no, Senor James. I'm sorry, right hand. I'm sorry. It's the only way. No, choose left hand. Don't get me involved in this. No. I'm sorry, right hand. It's the only way. You chuck your hand in the water, and yeah, we all have to do that. And some of you are thinking, I know some of you will be thinking, why does my right hand have a Spanish accent? And I know after that, some of you will be thinking, was that meant to be a Spanish accent? But yeah, it was meant to be a Spanish accent. And well, I did say I had a new Spanish girlfriend. Ladies and gentlemen, that has been all I can muster for now on. That has been, otherwise I will be mentally dead. Anyway, I'm not used to this. I really hope you enjoyed it. If not, it is free, so who cares? But take care and goodbye.